Hey there, coffee lovers. I'm going to show you my budget espresso setup, which is for about under 650 euro. That's about under 750 US dollars, depending where you're sitting. I'm using the Gadget Classic Pro. I've modded this one with the 9 bar OPV spring, which reduces the brew pressure from about 15 bars to 9 bars, which at the moment I think is the golden standard for pulling espresso shots. I really recommend you get this upgrade. It's, I think, the most important one you can get on this machine. There are lots of bits out there you can get and install, but this upgrade costs about 4 euro, so it's really cheap and it makes a big difference when it comes to brewing your coffee. The most important thing you need to invest in when it comes to home espresso setup is the grinder. In this case I got the Comandante hand grinder, which is I think an amazing product. This is not a paid promotion. I've been using this one for about 6 months. Really happy with how it grinds the coffee. You can get other types of grinders. You can get an electric one if you want. It's of course easier, but they're a lot more expensive, and with this particular hand grinder I'm able to do a very consistent ground coffee, which allows me to be able to pull very consistent shots on the machine. Today we'll be doing a cappuccino, and for that we'll need a pitcher. This is a very basic one, but it will just do the job right. We'll be using a gravity redistribution tool. I recommend you get one because it helps with leveling the coffee in the portafilter. This is our tamper. It's a self-leveling one, so it makes the process also a bit easier. And this is a really cheap model. I got it for about 15 euro on Amazon, but it does the job just right. The original Gadget Classic portafilter is a spouted one. You don't need another. This is a really good one, but you can get another if you just feel like it, just for fun. A dosing funnel, it helps a bit with getting the coffee inside your portafilter, but it's not a mandatory thing. This one is about 20 euro. And while I say you don't need a second portafilter, I went and bought this one for about 45 euro. It's a bottomless one, helps to see the coffee extraction on the bottom to see if you have any problems with it, anything you need to consider. WDT2, this is a really basic one, doesn't cost much, about 10 euro I think, but it does the job well of getting rid of that static electricity inside the ground coffee. Just for the purpose of this video, we'll be using the Gadget Classic stock portafilter. I'm not going to be talking much about coffee types today, but I'm just going to show you what we'll be using. This is a single origin specialty coffee. I don't recommend getting any of the coffees in the supermarkets which are just staying there on the shelf for 2 years. It's going to be a waste of money. We may talk in another video more about the importance of the coffee beans, but right now, just if you want to do a good espresso, if you want to have a good cappuccino, go ahead, find a local dealer that you can get some specialty coffee in. This one, 200 grams, costs about 11 euros, so it's not really that expensive. I'll be putting about 18 grams of coffee in using a measuring spoon. I recommend you get a scale if you want to be more precise. We'll fast forward through this part. Took about a minute, wasn't hard. I enjoyed using this grinder very much. If you're doing no more than 2-3 shots a day, it's not a big deal. If you're doing more, you might need to consider getting the electric one. This is the result. I hope you can see it well. Trust me, the smell is amazing. Of course, a lot of this comes from the type of coffee you're using, not the grinder itself. What's really handy is that you can use the container of the Comandante to really pop the ground coffee directly in your portafilter. It's real easy, there are no spills. As you can see, there's almost no leftover in the container itself. Now we'll be making a very flat surface before the tamping using the gravity distribution tool. You can see the result here. And now all we have to do is gently tamp, not too much force. This one has a spring in it, so you cannot overdo it. And we're ready to pull a shot. Since my machine has been on for about 10 minutes, I'm going to purge the group head to even the temperature out. Otherwise, I'll completely ruin this espresso shot. Pop the portafilter in. Get your cup. What I'm going to do here is called the Poorman's pre-infusion, so just take an empty glass, put it under the steam wand, and immediately when you start, you hit the button to pull your shot. Just open the valve and let some of the water out. Once you see that coffee is coming out of the portafilter, close the valve completely and pull your shot. This is looking really nice. We're looking at about 30-second extraction time, which will be the perfect time to do a really good balanced espresso shot that will be the base for our cappuccino. And here's the result. If you see, it has really nice crema on top, smells really delicious, and now it's time to move on and steam our milk. Get your pitcher ready. Milk should be out of the fridge. You want it to be cold simply because it will have more time to steam before it gets to the right temperature. What I'll do is specific to the Gadget Classic. Since this is a single boiler machine, I'm going to empty the boiler as much as I can, both from purging the group head and the steam wand. Then I'm gonna flip the switch. I'm gonna time 30 seconds and I'm going to steam the milk. Always purge the steam wand right before you begin steaming your milk. And off we go. It takes a bit of practice, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it in time. There are quite a lot of videos on how you should steam your milk out there. If you want me to make a special one specifically for the Gadget Classic, let me know in the comments. Once you're done, clean your steam wand, and what I like to do also is purge again both the steam wands and the group head, as by that I'm releasing all the pressure from the coffee machine. Milk should look really glossy on top, and you know it's just right. Give it a good swirl so that the foam doesn't separate from the milk, otherwise you won't be able to pull any latte art. So here we go. Let's try and make ourselves a cappuccino and see if we can do any latte art on top. Not really my best latte art, but it's still okay, I think. So there we go. If you like and enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for my channel. If you want to see something else, leave a comment with your suggestion down below. Thanks for watching.